Voyagers, both teams in long winning streaks. And in our main game, the Binyan Tatak Gel Beast Motorcycle Tire will be defending their home floor against Bacolod. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio. Juanito, both of these teams coming off heartbreaking losses. Yung isa medyo malaki yung pagkatalo, pero yung isa talagang sa dulo talaga nadali. What went wrong for South Cotabato and Valenzuela in their last games?
You know, both of those games, they were not really playing their A game. We saw what they had. We saw how they played. That was not really the best of their games in that last game. So I'm sure here, they adjusted and they're very willing to be able to get this win today.
The third member of our broadcast panelist is Megan Cabrera. Megan, good afternoon to you.
Magandang hapon, Javi. Coach Juanito, South Cotabato nga galing sa 2-point loss kung saan isang player lang ang nasa double figures. JP Calvo says talagang hindi sila makabutas mula sa labas ng last game nila. Kaya this time, they want to maximize on their strength on 3-point shooting at syempre gusto nila makapag-contribute yung mga iba pa nilang player. Kabilang dako naman, Valenzuela, JR Sumido says it's all about defense for today. That's where they fell short last game and that's what they want to focus on for this game. So we have to see which team gets back on the win column for today. Javi and Coach Juanito.
Thank you so much, Megan. We'll be hearing her reports later on as this game progresses. Tingnan natin ang ating team standings beginning with the Northern Division. Valenzuela currently at number 9 right now, one spot out of the playoff picture.
Well, you see, Valenzuela is still trying to knock on the door of Caloocan right here. 3 games behind at 10-10. Caloocan at 10-7. So Valenzuela is not out of the woods in terms of their playoff chances. So a very big game para dito sa Valenzuela for them to be able to inch closer to that playoff picture.
Sa kabilang dako naman, tingnan natin ating South Division team standing. South Cotabato currently at number 5.
You know, that last game was very crucial para dito sa South Cotabato. That loss will put them at number 5. So right now, they do not have that home court advantage, but they're only 1 game behind dito sa Batangas City. So also a very important game para dito sa South Cotabato.
Must win, sabi nga ni Coach Juanito, para sa parehong koponan in different divisions. Let's talk about their last games, beginning with the South Cotabato Warriors game against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. They were trailing for the entire game. The Pangasinan Heatwaves held the lead for almost 35 minutes, but then in the closing minutes, they had a chance to really snatch that victory away from Hesid Gabo and the rest of the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Kaya lang si JP Magoliano, he had other plans, knocking down a heartbreaking jumper after that big block by Chris Dumapic, and that eventually gave them the victory 52-50 in Abra.
You know, that's actually the perfect way to describe this ball game. Heartbreaking para dito sa South Cotabato. They were trailing, they tried to make a comeback, but in the end, Pangasinan will go home with that victory. You see the numbers right here, 21 of 72. They were not able to make a lot of shots, but where did they go wrong? This is a team that relies heavily on the 3-point shot. They were 2 out of 35, 5% in that last game. A real struggle from South Cotabato from the 3-point line.
And you know, itong South Cotabato, they're one of the teams that averages the most attempts and makes in terms of 3-point shots. 8 out of 30 ang kanilang average in terms of 3-point makes and attempts. So that really is a bad number for them. Let's see if they can bounce back here in this game against Valenzuela. Ito namang classic. They lost big time against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard. They actually had a good start to this game, but in the first 5 minutes, dyan na bumulusok ang Nueva Ecija and they never looked back, winning this game 93-80.
It's a very smooth game para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Valenzuela allowed 54% in the field goals para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Not the best defensive ball game para dito sa Valenzuela. That's why Nueva Ecija was able to get out and get 93 points in this game. You also look at the other numbers, +9 on the rebounding, +3 on the 3-point line, and +12 points inside the paint. A very smooth game para dito sa Nueva Ecija, and Valenzuela looking to bounce back from that loss in that last game.
So contrasting things that both of these teams need to work on sa laro na to. Valenzuela and Nueva Ecija for the first game of our Thursday triple header here at the Alonte Sports Arena. Let's go to Richard Tampos.
Welcome to the 2024 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme, here at the Alonte Sports Arena, Binyan City, Laguna. Our first matchup is South Cotabato versus Valenzuela, live on the MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Satellite Channel 53, and on Pilipinas Live app. Now let's meet the starters. First, the South Cotabato Warriors. At forward number 18, Chris Dumapig. Guard number 15, Enzo Hoson. At forward number 14, Mike Sorella. Playing center number 5, Larry Rodriguez. And at point guard number 9, the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz. The head coach is Elvis Tolentino. Assistant coaches, Boying Diloy, Ramon Pido, Apple Coronado, Peter Deleguero, and Rod Tolentino. The team manager is Merman Torres. Team owner is Michael Pacquiao. Now the starting 5 for Valenzuela Classic Dynacast. At forward number 23, J.R. Sumido. Forward number 15, Mike Machon. Playing center number 10, Mark Montuano. Guard number 3, Daryl Madliguez. And at 2 guard number 0, the Aquaman, Paulo Hubalde. Valenzuela Classic Dynacast is led by the team owner. He's known as the Coach Gressman. Valenzuela City 2nd District, Honorable Congressman Eric Martinez, with Aldrin Morante, assisted by R.J. Guevara, Jalia Alar, Kyle Umengan, and J.R. Villanueva.
Our starting 5 for this game, Mark Cruz, Enzo Hoson, Larry Rodriguez, Chris Dumapig, and Nicole Sorella para sa South Cotabato Warriors. On the other side, Valenzuela will be parading Daryl Manliguez, Paulo Hubalde, Mark Montuano, Mike Machon, and J.R. Sumido. Our starting 5 brought to you by SportsMax, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. So for our point guard position, it's the Ant-Man versus the Aquaman to begin this game between Valenzuela and South Cotabato. Welcome to the first game of our Thursday triple header here at the Alonte Sports Arena in the City of Life, Binyan, Laguna. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Megan Cabrera and all UP Fighting Maroon panel for your set of games today.
Very exciting day we're gonna have here, and for the first game, actually very, very interesting matchups we are gonna have here. You're gonna have guys like Ubalde versus Hoson, 2 very talented scorers. You have guys like Machon versus Rodriguez, footwork on footwork. It's gonna be a very exciting ball game we're gonna have in front of you.
Sumido, one of the deadliest scorers this season, makes the basket from the outside, opening up scoring festivities in this game. 3-0 to begin para sa Valenzuela Classic.
Exactly why they traded for J.R. Sumido here in the season. Started the season with Imos Agimat. He was one of the top scorers here in the league. And nakita ng Valenzuela ang kanyang kakayanan to shoot that shot, transferring over dito sa kanilang koponan.
They had 15 points in their last game against Nueva Ecija. Larry Rodriguez missing on the baseline jumper. Tumatakbo dito ang Valenzuela. Daryl Manliguez all the way to the cup.
I really like Daryl Manliguez playing that 2 position with Paulo Hubalde. He can run right away on that offense. Paulo, on the other hand, is able to try and look for his teammates. So that's a good fast break para sa Valenzuela.
Wala pang score dito ang Warriors. They're in white and red. Sorella out to Mark Cruz, the Ant-Man from downtown. Gets fouled, nails the basket off the bank. 4-point play opportunity coming up para kay Mark Cruz.
How often do you see that? A foul-counted 3-pointer off the bank. I don't even think I've ever seen one of those. Even from the wing, that makes it weirder.
Mark Cruz, he was 0 out of 5 from downtown. The whole South Cotabato squad was 2 out of 35, as discussed at the top of our coverage. That was really one of the reasons why they lost that game to the Pangasinan Heatwaves in a low-scoring affair. That 2-point loss that was punctuated by the game-winning shot by JP Magoliano.
You know, it's really hard to imagine how much they missed from the 3-point line. You look at the lineup of South Cotabato. You have Mark Cruz, you have Enzo Hoson, you have Nicole Sorella. These are natural shooters. So talagang may mga araw lang na wala kang maipasok, and it's one of those games para dito sa South Cotabato.
Mark Cruz couldn't complete the 4-point play opportunity. Montuano will try his luck from downtown. That's off to the right. Cruz tracks it down and saves it to Hoson. The Warriors will push. Hoson though says pulls back. Kicks it out to Cruz. Mark, same spot, same result.
Looks like Mark Cruz is loving that right wing. Back-to-back three-pointers for Mark Cruz.
6-5 here to begin the game. Ubalde being pressured by Hoson near the half line. Tapped out of bounds. It will stay with the Classic. 14 seconds still on their shot clock. Take a look at this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. That's three-pointer number 2 para kay Mark Cruz.
2 3-pointers in the last game for the entirety of the team. Now in the first 2.5 minutes of the ball game, already 2 3-pointers for South Cotabato. No adjustment on their offense, but they are going to make more shots today.
It's going to be a baseline throw in here for the Classic. Sumido curling off those 2 screens. They kick it out to Machon outside. Ubalde gets the handoff. Dumapig switches on him. Machon on the roll, had to adjust. Couldn't get his own miss. Enzo Hoson pushing it right now for the Warriors. Hoson looking for a friend. Sees Rodriguez. Gets it back. Now they go once more to Larry. Rodriguez, one-on-one against Machon, kicks it out. Sorella, he can hit that. 3 3-pointers now in the game for the South Cotabato Warriors.
First 3 minutes of the ball game, and the rest already they have made more 3-pointers that they have in that last game. The outside game now working for South Cotabato.
The Warriors, I mentioned, not just 8 out of 33, but 10 out of 33. That's their average from beyond the arc this season. And Machon answers back with a shot inside the arc. 9-7 here.
I'm pretty sure itong South Cotabato right after that game had a lot of shooting drills. Lalo na knowing that they have Coach Elvis Tolentino, a guy that really relies heavily on that 3-point shot.
Mark Cruz near the elbow. Trying to continue his hot streak, but that's his first miss of the game. Yun yung isa sa mga pinakamasakit na talo eh. Kasi dadayo ka ng malayo, tapos matatalo ka ng ganun kasakit.
And you know, it really hurts because your offense relies heavily on the 3-point shot and you're gonna go 2 out of 35. 5% is almost unheard of. 5%, 95% of the time you are missing the shot.
Actually, South Cotabato is number 1 in terms of 3-point makes this season. Take a look at that last play. Manligues gets it out to Montuano. That's his shot. Those 15 to 18-foot jumpers. Ilista mo na yan. Basta libre si Mark Montuano.
He is asking for a foul. Might have been hit on the elbow area. Kung Eric is not happy with that non-call, and I think they will be called for a technical here.
Mark Cruz will be tasked to take the technical free throw. Tabla ang ating score dito. Almost 4 minutes gone by in the first quarter. 8.3 points per game this season. Almost 3 assists. A 93.8% free throw shooter to si Mark Cruz. But he missed his first free throw attempt earlier on the 4-point play opportunity to begin the game.
And because binanggit mo ang free throw percentage ni Mark Cruz, that is a curse, and automatically Mark misses the technical free throw.
And I just was really trying to read whatever our pro team was putting out, just trying to do them justice, but apparently Mark Cruz could not oblige and do the same.
You know, we need a tally of how many times na binanggit mo yung free throw percentage, and then they missed exactly right after. John Wilson, it happened in the last game we covered together. Now Mark Cruz, na natin banggitin yung kanilang mga free throw percentage.
Alam mo kung manghuhula ako ng percentage kung gaano karami na yung na-mentis nila habang binabanggit ko na. Siguro mga 80%.
Totoo.
Enzo Hoson gets it to Cruz. He was
push.
bumped there by Sumido. Not really the kind of foul you want to give up with a shot clock just at 2 seconds.
Look at the respect of Valenzuela. They're now putting Sumido on Mark Cruz for him not to be able to take a shot off. Mark Cruz already with 6 points here in the ball game, making his first 2 3-pointers.
Dumapig on the block against Mark Montuano. Ball goes to Enzo Hoson. Step back jumper inside the arc. No good. Sumido gets the rebound. Manligues.
That's travel.
Oh, he's fouled by the Ant-Man. So far, Juanito, what can you say about the defense of Valenzuela? That has been their Waterloo this season. Yan talaga ang isa sa mga pinakanahihirapan silang departamento.
You know, you look at the personnel of Valenzuela. These are offensive guys. Not really the personnel to focus a lot on the defensive end. That's why they have been struggling in that end. You see here in the first quarter, they've already scored 11 points because of the talent, the skill base na meron tong Valenzuela. But they've already given up 3 3-pointers in the first quarter. So you were right, Javi. The Waterloo, the weakness is the defensive end, and they really need to be able to adjust if they want to enter that playoff picture.
And it was highlighted by the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards in their last game. They gave up 93 points, 18 on the fast break. But here, they are in the lead by 2 and they get a stop against South Cotabato. Anliguez gets a screen up top by Machon. There's another foul here against the Warriors. A lot of fouls being given up here early. That's already 6 fouls in total para sa parehong koponan. There you see Coach Elvis Tolentino. At tingnan natin ang ating fast break of the game brought to you by SportsMax, powered by Playmax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. He is definitely a very entertaining guard, one of the best here in the league. On the fast break, Daryl Manliguez, and one of the best scorers in the entire MPBL, J.R. Sumido, hitting a difficult jumper.
First part of the season, J.R. Sumido was actually our top scorer here in the league, and he is showing why he is one of the top scorers, making a very tough shot right there.
Pero dito, para sa Valenzuela, he's only averaging 5 points per game. He was averaging almost 20. Actually, more than 20.
Yes, I think he was averaging 22 at some point in the season para sa Imo Sagimat.
Manliguez ahead of the back, and that is another basket para kay Daryl Manliguez. Exciting basketball on the break here for Valenzuela.
How quick is this guy, Daryl Manliguez? We've been talking about the fastest guys in the league, LJ Gonzalez, Mark Nonoy. We have to put Daryl Manliguez in that conversation, underrated in the league in terms of speed and strength. But you're right, Javi, isa sa mga pinaka-exciting na player itong si Daryl Manliguez dito sa MPBL.
Ako, tama ka nga dyan. Alam mo, madalas nakakaligtaan yung pangalan ni Daryl Manliguez when we talk about the fastest players in the league. But when we talk about excitement, he is definitely up there and he scores on another basket. Manliguez already with a couple of layups in this game. Valenzuela ahead by 6. Hamito will troop to the free throw line. There you see his numbers, almost 7.5 points per game, 6.6 rebounds, 68.8% free throw shooter. Ayan, sinabi ko na pagkatapos siya tinira.
Nakita kong inantay mo muna.
Inantay ko talaga yun.
Naitira ni Jammer Hamito bago mo binanggit. But of course, one of the premier big men we have here in the league, trooping over from Bacoor, going here to South Cotabato.
15-11. The lead is 4 for the Classic. Anliguez this time initiating the offense. Hamito trying to get in the way of the pass to Machon.
But mga connections still playing for Valenzuela. Last season, these were the two that really carried Valenzuela whole season long. And with a lot of new help, they are now trying to knock on the door of the playoffs. So tignan natin kung makakahabol pa itong Valenzuela towards the latter part of the season.
Currently number 9 in the Northern Division. Itong Valenzuela Classic. Hubalde gets in the lane, having trouble with the basketball. Almost walked. Gets a shot up. That was short. JP Calvo is in the game for the first time. Former Marikina shoemaster and Navotas clutch player. Making his debut in this season. Last game. Makes the delivery there to Jammer Hamito. Jammer Hamito has been active here offensively for the South Cotabato Warriors in the first quarter.
That was a wonderful high-low play. They wanted Jammer Hamito on that one-on-one against Mike Machon. Jerby Cruz stretching it out, finding Hamito on the inside attack.
Dalawa na lang ang labang dito ng Valenzuela Classic. 15-13. Timeout, Congressman Eric Martinez. Check out our fan of the game brought to you by Chinky Skin. Cute-cute naman ang baby na yan. Say hi to the camera, little girl. Babalik ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League dito sa Alonte Sports Arena and the City of Life, Binyan, dito sa Laguna. JR Sumido and the Valenzuela Classic ahead by 2 points here, 15 to 13. 15 points rin ang kanyang na-score laban sa Nueva Ecija in their last game. 11 of those coming in the third quarter. More on JR Sumido coming from Megan Cabrera.
Javi, JR Sumido nga, 5 games in with Valenzuela says after a month, mas nakilala na raw niya ang mga teammates niya at nawala na yung hiya at pangangapa, and that really allowed him to play more minutes and score more. Now, he got into basketball as a kid looking up to his eldest brother na varsity team noon sa high school, but now, making it to this stage, yung staying ready nga raw, yung talagang nagdala sa kanya through the years and has helped him really perform. Javi and Coach Juanito.
Thank you so much, Megan. Well, alam mo yung hiya at never ko yan na-associate kay JR Sumido.
Oh yes, that is perfect. From Iloilo to Imos, all the way here sa Valenzuela, JR Sumido is not shy to score. No, I remember one game where he scored 12 points in one quarter for Iloilo in the last season. We were playing in Bacolod, and that is where I remembered itong si JR Sumido. Sabi ko, pag uminit tong taong to, mararamdaman talaga niya yung init, and he will be looking for that basketball each and every time.
Pero gaya ng sinabi ni Megan, nawala na nga raw yung hiya niya. It's showing right now. The past game, he scored 15 points. Here early in this game, he leads Valenzuela with 5 markers. And it's a good sign para sa Classic because they have been able to maintain an advantage here against the South Cotabato Warriors squad that is aching for a victory. Both teams on a 2-game losing streak. Parehong koponan kailangan ng panalo. South Cotabato needing this victory to try and crack into the top 4 sa kanilang division, while itong Valenzuela, they want to improve their playoff chances in the Northern Division. They're currently number 9 right now, and Jammer Hamito back at the line once more para dito sa South Cotabato Warriors.
Jammer very aggressive the past few possessions. He knows that he has an advantage down low against whoever defender. He is much stronger, he is much more experienced, he is much taller. That's going to be 5 points already para dito kay Jammer Hamito.
Hamito had 8 points in that game against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Very efficient from the field. 3 out of 7. That was 42.9%. 2 of 2 from the line for the former PBA player. Brian Laca pumasok na dito para kay Congressman Eric Martinez. Pahinga muna si JR Sumido. Andre Armenion also coming on here for the Valenzuela Classic, as well as Mike De Los Santos. Manliguez being defended here by Nico Elorde. Manliguez kicks it out. Armenion from the corner. That's way short. But it will stay with the black shirts.
That's going to be one question for Valenzuela here in this ball game. Who will step up in lieu of Dennis Santos? I heard Dennis is actually having a sickness right now, but we know how much of a scorer itong si Dennis Santos. So someone has to be able to step up para sa Valenzuela.
There's another stoppage here in play. And Coach Elvis Tolentino doesn't look like he's agreeing with that call. Pero mukhang mag-stay sa Valenzuela ang bola dito. Our officials will be taking a look at it.
Both coaching staffs are not happy with the call. But only the referees, our officials, can have a formal call. There will be a review here.
So far, Juanito, mabilis ang nagiging pace ng ating laro dito. Don't you think that favors South Cotabato right now?
Yes, definitely. South Cotabato deeper, a much more talented team in terms of scoring. So Valenzuela has to be able to make stops, maybe slow down the game a little bit more. They are gonna play without a few players here, itong Valenzuela, so they have to be able to take control of the tempo of the ball game. But if you are gonna be able to run, you have to be able to really limit itong scoring ng South Cotabato.
Tinitingnan pa rin ng ating mga referees ang ating last play. And there you see Coach Elvis Tolentino on the sidelines for the South Cotabato Warriors. Really heartbreaking loss they absorbed in Abra against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. That shot by JP Magoliano was well defended by Chris Dumapig. However, better offense.
Foul on number 4, Nico Elorde, Spurs.
It's going to be a foul against Nico Elorde. That's the first personal against the former Ateneo Blue Eagle. That gives way for Valenzuela's Ladis Lepalam to check into the game. Sideline throw in here for the Valenzuela Classic. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in our first quarter. Manliguez receives it at the baseline. He likes the matchup, but he's doubled. Gives it up to De Los Santos. Puts it up. No good. Hamito gets it. De Los Santos almost got it away from him. The Warriors recover. South Cotabato setting up here in the half court. Calvo rejects the screen. Almost goes the full length of the baseline. Push shot by Jammer. Wala yan. Offensive rebound to Nico Elorde. Stepping out of bounds against Kyle Tolentino before he made the pass.
The addition of JP Calvo here in the lineup, it makes their guard rotations much more interesting because Nico Elorde now plays the 2. This guy is a shooter, so he will be having more catch and shoot situations because JP Calvo can definitely attack and attract the defense. So very interesting towards the latter part of the season para dito sa South Cotabato.
Exactly what Andre Armenion did on that possession for the Valenzuela Classic. Playing against the former Ateneo teammate in Nico Elorde. Armenion, sa pagkakaalam ng lahat, spent some years in Ateneo's Team B before moving on to University of the East where he played the UAAP basketball. Armenion missing on the first free throw. That was short. Tabla ang ating score dito, 15 all. 1 minute and 26 remaining in quarter number 1. First game of our Thursday triple header here at the Alonte Sports Arena. Later on, we have the San Juan Knights and the Pasay Voyagers looking to extend their respective winning streaks. Pasay is on a 6-game winning streak while San Juan is on an 8-game winning streak.
And one streak is bound to end here in the Alonte Sports Center.
Missed there by Kyle Tolentino. Armenion gets fouled there by JP Calvo. However, that's going to be 2 free throws once again for Andre Armenion. Both teams already over the limit. PBA legend Skyros Baguio will now be checking in for the Valenzuela Classic. Baguio joined the team late in the season, but so far has not yet really been giving significant numbers para dito sa Valenzuela Classic. But his mere presence definitely already a big boost for Congressman Eric Martinez and his squad.
And every time he actually arrives in the venue, nagkakagulo yung mga fans eh. You know, it's still Cyrus Baguio in front of them. One of the most exciting players in Philippine basketball from USD all the way to the PBA. Now doing it here in the MPBL.
Only averaging 2.5 points this season. Ito si Cyrus Baguio. He's only played 4 games so far sa ating kampanya. That's a turnover for South Cotabato. Valenzuela ahead by 1 under a minute to play. 51.5 seconds to be exact. That is over and back against Mike De Los Santos. Very clear there.
Very clear. He got the ball on the back. Pag salo niya ng bola, he has not yet established his footing, putting his left foot in front. That's a sharp call by our referee. Itong si Michael Kinay. They're gonna review this.
But that's only a quick review. The rest of our officials for this game, Crew Chief Alan Manzano, Jason Abandos, and the 4th man is Gabriel Aguila. Tingnan natin muli. Shout out, by the way, to the man who taught us FIBA rules back in college, Professor Edwin Barber.
The Professor Edwin Barber.
South Cotabato, shot clock winding down here for them. Jervy Cruz with 3 seconds left. In and out on the elbow jumper. Lock up onto Armenion. There's about a 9-second differential between the shot clock and game clock here. Baguio isolated here against the smaller Calvo. A good defense by JP. 14 seconds left. That a kick. That's a kick laban sa Valenzuela. It will stay with the Warriors. A chance for the final shot here in the first quarter.
Expect the ball on the hands of JP Calvo to make this last play here.
6 seconds left. That's an illegal screen against Jammer Hamito.
I got a little too excited, but you know, that's really a very hard situation. You have to be able to wait for your screener before you move. Na-excited si JP Calvo on that situation. So a little miscommunication, a charge, and an opportunity for Valenzuela to get the last shot.
Patapos na ang ating first quarter dito, and yet we still haven't seen Micah Usita para dito sa Valenzuela Classic, their newest recruit. 3 seconds left. Armenion pushes Nico Elorde out of the way and makes the basket. No offensive foul called, and it looks like the basket will count. Congressman Eric Martinez humihingi pa ng defensive foul laban kay Nico Elorde.
That is such a clean attack on Andre Armenion. He got the rhythm early. He got the space, he got the lane, got the bump, and that finger roll a la George Gervin to end the quarter, and with a little shoulder shrug, Andre Armenion will extend this lead to 3 para dito sa Valenzuela.
I'm sure he feels so good getting it over his former senior at Ateneo, Nico Elorde. And that basket will definitely count. That's why our score will stay right here, 18-15. This first quarter score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Second quarter of action now underway here inside the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio. At courtside, Miss Megan Cabrera. First quarter field goal story on your screens. 4 out of 16 for the Warriors. That's only 25%, while Valenzuela is shooting at a very high 61%, 8 out of 13.
Not really the best field goal quarter para di South Cotabato, but they've made a lot of threes. Actually, all 4 of those threes. 3 of the 4 coming from the 3-point line. But they've been very aggressive. They've been trooping to the line a lot from South Cotabato. That's why this is only a 3-point lead, but still in favor of Valenzuela.
4 out of 6 from the free throw line with the Warriors. At muli, titira mula sa ating charity stripe. This time, it's JP Calvo for the Warriors. South Cotabato, remember, only shot 29.2% the whole game against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Calvo, the best player for South Cotabato in their game against Pangasinan. In fact, the only guy in double figures sa laro na yon. He had 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists.
I've always been a fan of JP Calvo and how creative this guy is. Might not be the tallest guy, but the way he attacks, you just see the pure skill. Itong si JP Calvo.
2 for 2 for JP Calvo, and he gets the steal here against Lakap. Calvo on the run. He has Cruz running to the middle. He takes it for himself and makes it.
4 versus 1. Not the tallest guy yet. The most creative, the most skilled. JP Calvo with the 2. But a quick answer by Lepalam on the other end.
Valenzuela, they're keeping in pace here with the running game of South Cotabato. Talagang tumatakbo rin sila.
They are trying to really match the pace itong South Cotabato. They know the game plan of South Cotabato and they're trying to outrun them as well.
And that's why I think itong mga players ang nilagay nila for their active roster for this afternoon's game. A lot younger and a lot more athletic players. Like, take a look at this fast break of the game brought to you by SportsMax, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. That's JP Calvo scoring once again for the South Cotabato Warriors.
JP Calvo doing a little bit of a Cyrus Baguio against Cyrus Baguio, showing that he also has a good finish near the basket.
Kyle Tolentino will step out and Johoson will step back into the game. He will match up here against Andre Armenion.
Kyle Tolentino was not able to get a shot up. Well, a very good defense being played by Valenzuela. No opportunity para kay Kyle to even attempt a 3-pointer.
Armenion kicks it out to De Los Santos, puts the ball on the deck. Mike was swatted there by Jervy Cruz. Felix Apreco also giving help on that defense. Cruz running the floor and getting rewarded.
Defense to offense para dito kay Jervy Cruz. He was the one that made the block, automatically runs his lane and gets the easy layup from JP Calvo.
Sa lamang na dito ang South Cotabato. 21-20 Her first taste of the lead. Armenion, a little in and out dribble, loses the rock. Lakap finds Cyrus Baguio and he scores on the easy finger roll.
50-50 ball going the side of Valenzuela. Cyrus Baguio wide open on that baseline.
Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Marvin Jonicio gets a screen from Cruz, turns the corner, stopped in his tracks by the defense of Lakap. Hoson. That pass was well read by Andre Armenion. That was intended for JP Calvo. 8 seconds left on the shot clock here for South Cotabato.
We were talking about Valenzuela struggling on the defensive end, yet here in this ball game they have adjusted. They're putting in a lot of work and they are making crucial stops against South Cotabato here in the first half. That's why they are in pace against South Cotabato.
It's the younger, more athletic legs really working hard here for the Classic sa laro na to. Even Cyrus Baguio is keeping in pace with his younger players on the floor para sa kanilang koponan. Maybe also the reason why they didn't have J.R. Quinyan in the lineup for today's game. De Los Santos stopped there by Aprecu. Armenion goes left, finishes right, couldn't get the bounce, but got hit on the shot. He will take 2 free throws.
I just love how he works on his pace. Not the most explosive guy, but reads angles, reads speed, and just knows where to attack. Itong si Andre Armenion. We've seen that finish to end the first quarter. Now going up against 3, Andre Armenion gets the foul right here.
Armenion turned in 7 points in that game against Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Played almost 17 minutes, but was only 3 out of 10 from the field. There you see the coaching duo for the Valenzuela Classic, Congressman Eric Martinez and Coach Aldrin Morante, working side by side to guide this Valenzuela Classic back into the postseason. Armenion able to get his 5th point. Valenzuela up by 3, 24-21. Calvo directing traffic here for South Cotabato. He has Dumapic, Aprecu, Jonicio, and Hoson to work with. Dumapic trying to hand it off to Calvo. That option denied by Lakap. Hoson stops on the dime, jumper short. Rebound ends up with Carl Brian Lakap, who was hit by JP Calvo.
And we have to credit Valenzuela on how they're defending the inside here in the first half. No easy inside attacks. The only inside attacks we've seen came from Jammer Hamito, but after Jammer, wala pang nakaka-atake papasok para dito sa South Cotabato.
13th foul there for the Warriors. And why do you think that is so, Anito? Why do you think that it's only Jammer Hamito who has been able to score inside the paint here for the Warriors?
Oh, they were able to locate ito si Jammer on that one-on-one, but most of the ball game, these bigs of Valenzuela have been clogging down on the lane. Very quick help, very quick switch. And so far, the inside game has been very hard para dito sa South Cotabato.
6 minutes and 50 remaining here in the first half. We'll take a short break, timeout on the floor. Up next for Valenzuela, their next 3 games will be against the Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers on August 17, the Abra Weavers on August 24. That's going to be a home game for the Weavers, so they will be playing on the road on August 24, and 5 days after that, they will be playing on the road once again against the Quezon City Toda Action. All important games for the Valenzuela Classic if they want to push their chances of making it to the top 8 in the Northern Division. Currently in the lead right now against South Cotabato, 24-21. Dumapic asking for it, gets it against De Los Santos. Met there by the defense of Lalis Lepalam. Even Carl Brian Lakap was there to help. There was an offensive rebound by Felix Aprecu, and he will take 2 shots here.
Lucky for South Cotabato that they will be getting that offensive rebound, but that was terrific defense being played on the interior by South Cotabato with the help by Lepalam. And good inside defense by De Los Santos.
Preco, one of the best rebounders in the league despite being undersized for his position. Currently, South Cotabato is down in the rebounding department by 3. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Preco able to get South Cotabato to within 1. Armenion gets by his defender, kicks it out to Lakap. Shot from the outside, rims out. A rebound to Marvin Janicio. Calvo pulls up. Jumper is money para kay JP Calvo.
Small space, no problem para dito kay JP Calvo. He saw that the defense sagged down, saw the opening, made that jumper.
6 points in the game for the former Letran Knight. Lepalam offers the screen there for Baguio. Armenion kicks it out. Lalis for 3. Cat is down the drain for the big man.
Textbook modern day big man itong si Janice Lipalam. A guy who can protect the ring but also stretch it out on their offensive end. And Janice getting his first 3 of the ball game.
Pretty look stroke for a big man his size. Ladis Lipalam knocking down his first 3 of the game and his 5th point of the match. This 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Nice follow-through and very conventional shot there.
That angle much better. Mas nakikita natin yung ganda ng tira itong ni Ladis Lipalam. But this is very, very important in the modern basketball day where your big has to be able to stretch out that floor.
That's a guy who stands 6'9", actually almost 6'10" at best. And here he is defending and altering the shot of Chris Dumapig. If he continues to improve his offensive game, he will be a force to reckon with here in the MPBL.
You know, it's very rare that we are talking about a 3-and-D guy who is a big man, but that is exactly what Ladis Lipalam is giving para dito sa Valenzuela.
Obalde short on the shot from the outside. Approaching the halfway point of our second quarter. Preco couldn't get it to go. A rebound to Ladis Lipalam. That's his first board of the game.
That's a shot that we will
Baguio
rarely see.
challenging the defense. Gets it back here. Cyrus a little bit more active here in this game. There's a little more pep to his step. And very more aggressive in terms of trying to look for his shots.
You're right.
Calvo. That's a guy who has been looking for his shot all game long, but just missing on the left-hand finish. Ubalde. They go to the corner. Manligues adjusts, reverse, no good. Montuano trying to get the offensive board. But it will go the other way. The South Cotabato. What a pace we've been playing in this game, Juanito. Back and forth.
And to think that we're still having a low-scoring ball game with how quick both of these teams have been playing. So a very quick basketball, but also terrific defense being played by both squads here in this ball game.
Well, South Cotabato is still shooting just 26% from the field sa laro na to, while Valenzuela continues to remain efficient. Medyo bumaba na ng konti. It was 61% earlier, but still high at 55%. Ball movement here for South Cotabato, leading to this shot. Another 3-pointer from the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz.
A rare time that they were not able to locate the shooter nitong si South Cotabato. Mark Cruz continued to move. And Paulo Ubalde not seeing that blind side. Mark Cruz making his third 3-pointer of the ball game.
The lead is back with the South Cotabato Warriors. Mark Cruz turning in 3-pointer number 4 here for the South Cotabato Warriors and 3-pointer number 3 individually para sa kanya sa laro na to. Under 4 minutes to play in our first half. Timeout, Valenzuela. Up next for Coach Elvis Tolentino and the South Cotabato Warriors, they will be facing the defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, on August 12. On August 16, they will be facing the Sarangani Marlins, and on August 21, they will be going on the road to face the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters.
Very, very tight schedule para dito sa South Cotabato. 4 games in a matter of 15 days. para dito sa South Cotabato. So very, very hectic for their next 2 weeks.
And 2 of those games coming against Southern Division rivals at that. Manligues near the elbow. That's another shot down the drain para kay Daryl Manligues.
So that there were tall guys on the inside showing everybody that he also has that pull-up game. Daryl Manligues getting another bucket.
6 points in the game para sa kanya. Hoson loses it. That will go the other way. Valenzuela basketball. Kyle Tolentino papasok muli dito para sa South Cotabato.
Hasn't been the best ball game para dito kay Enzo Hoson to start the game. Still 0 points in his first 11 minutes of the game.
Look at that, behind the back and then stopping on the dime. Daryl Manligues showing us the entire bag here in the first half.
And that move was already tough, but to do it against Micol Sorella, who is at least 8 inches taller than him, what a skill para dito kay Daryl Manligues.
A rare air ball galing kay JR Sumido. Good transition defense though for Valenzuela. Tolentino soars that short on the layup. Manligues gets it behind the back. Gets free from the defense. Sorry, miss by Daryl Manligues on the break. On the other side we go. Jonicio gives it up. Tolentino, that's short. It will go the way of the Valenzuela Classic. Frenetic pace by both squads. I've been saying it time and again. These two squads willing to play fast sa ating first half.
I thought we were gonna have another Daryl Manligues highlight. The whole season, I've been loving the highlights of Daryl Manligues. That behind the back to a layup could have been another one para kay Daryl.
Medyo napaaga siguro yung take-off dun kaya medyo napalakas yung kanyang layup attempt. Machon double teamed here near the elbow. Finds a way to get inside. That's a foul. Laban kay Larry Rodriguez.
Coaching staff not happy with the call there on the inside. Even Larry Rodriguez not happy with the call.
That's a matchup that Mike Machon can continuously exploit here sa laro na to. He does have the quickness advantage against Larry Rodriguez.
But watching Mike Machon, he actually moves like a younger Larry Rodriguez with the footwork, with the way he shoots that mid-range. Ganyan na ganyan sumikat si Larry Rodriguez from his college days all towards his PBA days.
Sumido, that shot off to the left. He's missed his last 2 3-point attempts. You know what? I remember Larry Rodriguez when he was still playing in the PBL as Coach Sorella hits it from downtown. From the time that I've watched him before in the PBL to now, hindi nagbago ang speed ni Larry Rodriguez. That has always been the way that he has played.
That's why he has a very long career, because he is able to retain the way he plays.
Mark Cruz missing from the outside. Both teams have been struggling to hit their shots. Manligues soars, it scores!
Doing it against Larry Rodriguez. How tough is that there para dito kay Daryl Manligues?
Meanwhile, talking about tough, it's been a tough afternoon para kay Kyle Tolentino. In fact, those two guys in the shooting guard rotation of Coach Elvis Tolentino, Kyle Tolentino and Enzo Hoson have been struggling. Another look at that impressive finish galing kay Daryl Manligues and the 3-point shot from straight away galing kay Micol Sorella. Tabla tayo at 31 apiece. 1 minute and 30 to play here in the first half. Montuano to get it back. That's a 17-footer galing kay Mark Montuano.
You can never give him that mid-range. Kahit kaunting espasyo para kay Mark Montuano. That is sure buckets for Mark.
Calvo slowing things a bit here for South Cotabato. Picks up his dribble, bounce pass, excellent feed to Micol Sorella. Back-to-back hits.
Beauty. What a beauty on the pass coming from JP Calvo. Everybody was helping out on the weak side, not seeing that there was a cutter.
Obalde having trouble. Turns it over to Sorella. 3-on-2 break. Cruz hangs in the air. Short. The tip in by Sorella. No good. Calvo. Fadeaway jumper. Wala. Cruz. Another serving. That's good. Off the bank para kay Mark Cruz.
The shortest guys on the court making those rebounds, making those buckets.
That's 11 points now in the game. The first guy in double figures sa laro na to para sa South Cotabato.
I'm loving this Letran duo in Calvo and Mark Cruz.
Machon on the alley-oop, just short. Montuano offensive rebound off the back iron. Jonicio picks it up. Last shot time para sa South Cotabato. Mark Cruz with the rock. Defended here by the Aquaman. It's the Ant-Man versus the Aquaman. Ubalde almost got the steal. Cruz recovers. That's a foul against Valenzuela.
Very smart foul by Valenzuela right there. They have 2 more to give before they are in penalty. So Coach Elvis Tolentino wants to be able to make a play to probably extend this lead para sa South Cotabato.
3.2 seconds remaining sa ating first half. We'll take a short break. Coach Elvis Tolentino and the South Cotabato Warriors currently ahead by 2 here against the Valenzuela Classic. You're looking at beautiful faces inside the Alonte Sports Arena here in the City of Life sa Binyan, Laguna. 3.2 seconds na lang nalalabi sa ating second quarter. Last shot time possibly here for the Warriors. Sorella tasked to throw it in here for Coach Elvis Tolentino and company. Rodriguez pops out, straight away 3. Good line, just too strong, and that is gonna do it. The first half of action between South Cotabato and Valenzuela. Both teams playing up and down basketball here. But at the end, Mark Cruz and his squad on top by 2. Cruz had 11 points. He really set the tone here for South Cotabato.
Scoring the first 6 points of the ball game, eventually following it up with 5 points here in the second quarter. He's been the leader of the pack para dito sa South Cotabato, and he was very crucial for them to be able to get this lead back to end the first half.
Wanting to bounce back from a lackluster performance in their last game against Pangasinan. 35-33 our score at the half. Our halftime score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX.
Still here at the half of our first game of our triple header for today at kasama ko ngayon South Cotabato Team Manager Sir Merman Flores and on the other side Valenzuela Team Owner Kong Eric Martinez. Simula po tayo kay Sir Merman. Sir, it's been a tight first half so far. Ano yung mga nakita nyo and anong may expect natin sa second half?
We just gotta adjust with our offense and defense and just play better teamwork and hopefully we get this win.
Sir Merman, we know it takes a village to support a team to be competitive in a league like this. Do you have any shoutouts? Sino yung mga gusto nating batiin at pasalamatan?
Yeah, we would like to say thank you to our sponsor, Governor Tamayo, Jinky Skin, at sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa South Cotabato ngayon, yung mga tropa ko dyan, and Team Osiris, hello there. And we'd like to thank my friend JB, so always fresh, all the way from Canada, here to support MPBL, and yeah, yun lang.
Thank you so much. Now, on the side of Valenzuela, Kong Eric Martinez. Kong, yun nga, same thing. Very tight first half so far. Ano ang papagbutihin pa sa second half?
Defense, I think the determinant of this game. It will be a close game. I think defense, how we close out with their shooters. Hopefully, we could adjust with how we close out with those shooters and play more defense.
And same thing, Kong, kung meron kayong mga gustong batiyan at pasalamatan, dito na yung pagkakataon.
Yes, our sponsors, YPS Clothing Trading, Anytime Fitness Valenzuela, Accredited Wellness and Pain Clinic, VA Cargo, Metroland Builders, my wife, Dr. Catherine Martinez, and my children, Yelena, Svetlana, and Oksana, and Uncle Samson Lanto, Uncle Sam, and our main sponsors, of course, Dynacast, the main sponsors of Valenzuela Classic. And to all Valenzuelanos, keep on supporting our team, Team Valenzuela Classic, and keep on supporting the #1 basketball league in the country today, MPBL.
Maraming salamat, Kong. Best of luck to both of our teams. Second half when we return.
At the half now between the Valenzuela Classic and the South Cotabato Warriors, the score is 35-33 in favor of the Warriors. It's been an up and down ball game here at the Elonte Sports Arena in the City of Life, Binyan, Laguna. Valenzuela was off to a good start. In fact, they actually held the lead early in this game before South Cotabato took over late in the second quarter to be able to take the advantage heading into the break.
Very, very interesting numbers we are having right here. South Cotabato with more shots here in the ball game, has made more threes, has more second chance points, but on the other end, itong Valenzuela have been outrunning itong South Cotabato, and that running game have been able to really produce para dito sa Valenzuela, and they're only down 2 entering our third quarter.
I remember South Cotabato was struggling big time in terms of their three-point shots. Actually, from the field overall sa laro na yun, they only shot 29.2% and only shot 2 out of 35 from three-point country. Definitely much improved numbers sa laro na to, but they definitely have to work on their two-point shooting. Ito South Cotabato Warriors sa laro na to para makalayo pa ng mas konti against sa Valenzuela Classic. There you see Daryl Manliguez and Coach Aldrin Morante talking on the sidelines there for the Valenzuela Classic. Manliguez leads the way in scoring para sa kanilang kupunan with 8 points. Montuano has 6 while Armenion and Sumido combining for 10 points para sa kanilang kupunan. Sa kabilang panig naman, Mark Cruz, the only guy in double figures so far sa laro na to with 11. Sorella has 8. Calvo and Hamito combining for 12 points for the South Cotabato Warriors, who are ahead by 2 points. They were down by 3 at the end of the first quarter and then proceeded to score 20 points against the 15 of the Valenzuela Classic in the second quarter to be able to hold the advantage as we start our second half here. Hubalde, Montuano, Mason, Sumido, and Manliguez, the 5 to begin para dito sa Valenzuela Classic, while it's Calvo, Elorde, Sorella, Hamito, and Mason. Let's go first to Megan Cabrera for her first report in the second half.
Javi, it was a direct halftime huddle for Coach Elvis Tolentino para sa South Cotabato. Sabi lang niya, nagmamadali sila sa opensa and they are too eager to get back on the win column. So nagagawa naman, pero minsan hindi tumatama ang kanilang mga shots, so they have to slow down their offense without sacrificing defense. Javi and Coach Juanito.
And thank you so much, Megan. Well, you know, that's something new to hear from Coach Elvis Tolentino, who you really usually likes to play with a lot of pace. That's what we've seen so far sa kanila buong season. But here, how do you think, Conito, this is gonna fare up against how Valenzuela is playing in this game?
Well, you know, this Coach Elvis knows his personnel, knows how to adjust. So here in the second half, I'm sure that he read the first half very well. And this third quarter have been a very crucial quarter para dito South Cotabato. So let's see how they have adjusted in that halftime huddle.
Paulo Hubalde finally able to score here. That's his first bucket of the game. A shot from the outside, giving Valenzuela back the advantage, 36-35. Elorde uses a screen up top, makes the pass to Jonicio. Shot from the outside, no good. Another offensive rebound here for Nico Elorde. He's had a couple in this game. It will stay with the white shirts with 9 on their 24.
You know, we talked about having the first half, how Valenzuela usually struggles on the defensive end. But going into this ball game, I'm sure that in their past practices, they really focused on the game plan in terms of defense. They just made another stop right there. But things have been very hard para dito sa South Cotabato, whole ball game long.
Well, on the other hand, Daryl Manliguez has had quite an easy time attacking in transition here para sa Valenzuela Classic.
And leading the way in terms of scoring para dito sa Valenzuela. No guy in double digits yet, but Daryl Manliguez with 8 already here in the game.
Montuano receives the inbound. Hubalde wants it and gets it. Up against JP Calvo here. Hubalde, another three-pointer. This time it's too strong. Missing everything there was the Yaco man. Readily acknowledging his mistake to Coach Aldrin Morante on the sideline. Hubalde has really struggled from the field here in this game. Only making his first basket here in the second half. Elorde being defended aggressively by Manliguez. He gets the step. Elorde picks up his dribble. Donicio in and out. Look at Paulo Hubalde trying to get possession there for Valenzuela, but Hamito picks it up. Jonicio. This time inside the arc, wala pa rin para kay Marvin Jonicio.
The wings of South Cotabato have been struggling in the ball game. Tolentino and Hoson in the first half. Now Marvin Junicio not able to get 3 of his first 3 attempts here.
Mashon spins away from trouble but goes up and misses badly. That's gonna go the other side to South Cotabato. Kyle Tolentino papasok dito para kay Marvin Junicio.
Sinusubukan pa rin ni Coach Elvis to look for that bright spot in terms of his wings. His guards and his bigs have been playing good. But of course, he needs scoring that will be coming from his wings. But so far, Hoson, Tolentino, and Junicio have all been struggling here in the game.
Ayan din ang naging problema nila against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Hoson, Jonicio, Tolentino, those 3 guys really struggled. And right on point, Kyle Tolentino scoring his first basket of the game. Kailangan na kailangan yan ng South Cotabato.
Terrific substitution coming from Coach Elvis. Marvin Junicio struggling to start the quarter. Kyle steps up right away.
Tolentino only had 4 points in that game against the Heatwaves. Now scoring his first basket on that previous possession. At napasok na dito si Enzo Hoson. That delivery coming from Nico Elorde, hand in the face, no problem for Kyle Tolentino.
South Cotabato now going a little bit taller. Their tallest point guard in Nico Elorde will be manning that point. And on the defensive end, they will be playing zone here. So expect a lot more running para dito sa South Cotabato.
At Enzo Hoson could not finish on the break. Manligas is fouled once again. Manligas attracting a lot of fouls here in this game, be it in the backcourt or the front court or on the attack to the basket.
Valenzuela has to be careful here. This zone is very deadly para sa South Cotabato because Nico Elorde has a lot of runners and scorers here in the lineup. He has Enzo Hoson and Kyle Tolentino both inside the court. And we've seen South Cotabato be a rhythm team. So once they get the rhythm going, tuloy-tuloy na to para sa South Cotabato.
Jammer Hamito, he was very active offensively for the Warriors in the first half. Could not shoot against the double team. Ubalde gets it to Sumido. That's a foul against Nico Elorde. Elorde, that's already his 3rd personal foul sa laro na to.
That's a good substitution for Kong Eric because South Cotabato will be playing a zone. They need one guy who will be able to stretch it out on the floor, lock up that perfect individual for Valenzuela to be able to shoot.
Lock up though in terms of percentages this season has not been doing very well from beyond the arc. Only a 25% 3-point shooter this season, but we know he can get hot in a hurry. Ubalde missing from downtown. Here come the South Cotabato Warriors. Tolentino feeling it and rolls off the rim. Another offensive rebound here for the Warriors. In the first half, Valenzuela had the advantage in terms of offensive rebounds, but here the Warriors have now overtaken them. Ubalde taps it to Hoson. It ends up with Manliguez. Up ahead to Mashon. The pitch too much ahead there for Mike to catch.
Good intention, bad execution. Galing dito kay Daryl Manliguez. He saw that Mike Machon was well ahead, but that pass was just too far para dito kay Daryl.
38-36, approaching the halfway point of quarter number 3 here. The first game of our Thursday triple header dito sa Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. Later on, San Juan will be facing Pasay, and then in our main game, Bacolod will be looking to get a victory against the home squad, the Binyan Tatakjel. That's another foul laban dito sa South Cotabato.
Offense has been a struggle para dito sa Valenzuela the past few possessions. So perfect time to bring in Andre Armenion, who played a terrific first half.
Sorry, the foul was against Valenzuela, so it's going to be a sideline throw in here for the Warriors. Tolentino pops out. Hamito wants it against the taller Ladis Lepalam. Hamito goes to his strong side, puts it up, and gets the bounce.
Good defense by Lepalam, but just better offense played by Jammer Hamito. Lepalam at least 3 inches taller, but somehow itong si Hamito finds a way.
8 points now in the game for Jammer Hamito. Montuano with a quick answer. Elbow jumper para sa kanya. 8 puntos na rin sa laro na to para kay Mark Montuano. 2 players from the Bacoor City Strikers knocking down the last 2 jumpers para sa parehong koponan, Hamito and Montuano. But Nico Elorde this time going for a 3-point shot.
That's going to be the 7th 3-pointer made para dito sa South Cotabato here in this ball game. Last game, they struggled heavily on that 3-point line. Now, it has become another threat para dito sa South Cotabato here in this ball game.
Lockup missing from beyond the arc. Amito was wide open. Lepalam slow to get to him, but Elorde elects to slow it down here. Armenion gives up the personal. Check this 3-point shot out by Nico Elorde, getting the screen from Jervy Cruz. Armenion a little bit too late on the closeout. That's his first basket of the game. Talking about Nico Elorde.
Nico Elorde, never known to be a scorer, but once you give him that space, this guy is a deadly shooter. And now the lead is with South Cotabato, 43-38.
Dalaman Ligues had 14 points against Nueva Ecija, one of the few guys who was able to score in double figures for the Valenzuela Classic in their last match. Tonight, Dalaman Ligues has 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Currently sharing scoring honors with Mark Montuano para sa Valenzuela Classic.
Daryl Manligues have been playing terrific whole season long. What we thought would be less minutes for Daryl now is playing terrific basketball for Valenzuela here the whole season.
Let's go to Megan Cabrera.
Speaking of Daryl Manligues, galing nga siyang North Cotabato and he says yung mga homegrown daw ng South Cotabato, nakakasama niya rin sa mga local leagues sa Mindanao noon. Minsan kakampi, minsan kalaban, but if there's one thing he knows for sure, lahat sila ay professional. Now, while he is excited to share the court with them once again today, he knows na kailangan nilang mag-step up at marami sa kanilang kailangan mag-step up, especially given the injuries in their team and adapting to the new roles that they need to grow into. Javi and Coach Juanito.
Thank you so much, Megan. Well, talking about stepping up, Enzo Hoson, he should be able to step up here, only scoring his first basket of the game. Armenion finds Lepalam underneath for the score.
Terrific execution by Andre Armenion, attracting all of the defense, leaving someone wide open on the inside, and that is Lepalam on that drop pass.
You know how superb this point guard rotation for Valenzuela is. 3 of their guards are in the top 10 in terms of assists. That's Armenion, Manligues, and Paulo Hubalde.
Anybody can create, and those 3, whoever you give the ball to, talagang mapagkakatiwalaan mo ang sino mang guardia dito sa Valenzuela.
This is the play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Armenion making the find to Ladis Lepalam underneath.
Sometimes the most basic is the most effective. After that job step, one dribble, drop pass, wide open. Ito si Ladis Lepalam.
On the other side here, Jervy Cruz sinking the first free throw. 5.6 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, an 83.3% free throw shooter. Ito si Jervy Cruz, former UAAP MVP, former UAAP champion with the UST Growling Tigers.
You know the capability of Jervy Cruz. 5.6 and 3.3 does not really show the impact of Jervy Cruz here in the season. And one guy not playing is Val Acuña there on the bench.
Sharing that seat with Jimel Kosip, another player on the inactive roster in this game for the Warriors. Oh, Mark Montuano with the left hand. Difficult shot there off the bank.
Sobrang hirap naman ang tira na yun. Off balance to the back. Well defended. But just pure skill. Galing dito kay Mark Montuano.
Kaliwa pa nga yung ginamit eh. The 2 former Bacoor City strikers matched up once again, but Montuano getting the better of that as he forces the turnover against Jammer Hamito.
And let's remind everybody that in the last season, Mark Montuano and Jammer Hamito both played in the championship. So these guys are proven winners here in the MPBL. And kitang-kita naman natin na walang magpapatalo dito sa parehas na big man na to.
Armenion uses the Montuano pick. Armenion almost lost it. Recovers here. Oh, Armenion able to get it through with the left.
Continue to dribble, continue to find the space. Like a rat in a maze, Andre Armenion finds a way in getting that bucket.
Round and round he went. Hit to si Andre Armenion and got the 2 points. Hamito, a rare attempt from the outside. Tried to kiss it off the glass. Not sure if that was intentional, but still a miss. Galing kay Hamito. Armenion, the bounce pass Montuano. He's been the hot hand here in the third quarter for Valenzuela. Nepalam with the offensive rebound. It's back with Montuano. Montuano once again. That's no good. Good defense by Jammer Hamito. Elorde. He had Tolentino wide open on the right side. Derby Cruz was saying, dapat bounce pass na lang.
Oh yes, good intention, bad execution once again. Nakita na ni Nico Elorde na libre. But he wanted it on the inside. A little miscommunication that will lead to a turnover. Chance for Valenzuela to cut once again.
Montuano with a much-deserved rest on the bench right now. Babalik sa laro si Cyrus Baguio.
Might be one of
si
the
Mike De Los Santos.
Might be one of the games that Cyrus Baguio has been playing more. Unti-unti throughout the season, Cyrus Baguio keeps on adding minutes here in the season.
And so far, Cyrus Baguio, he's been playing almost 8 minutes in this game. At dadagdagan yan sa kanyang pagbalik sa laro na to. De Los Santos overshoots on the putback. Jervy Cruz fouled there by Lakap. 14th foul against Valenzuela. South Cotabato already in the penalty. 1 minute and 45 to play here in the third quarter. Patuloy ang mabilis na aksyon para dito sa parehong kupunan na ito. Chris Dumapig will come back into the game. Daryl Manliguez as well on the side of the Valenzuela Classic. Brian Lakap ang uupo dito para kay Congressman Eric Martinez. There you see Jammer Hamito. 8 points in the game para sa kanya. Second leading scorer for the South Cotabato Warriors. Cruz fakes out Armenion. Dumapig thought of it. Tolentino meets the basketball. That's down the drain para kay Kyle Tolentino.
That's one thing I love about Kyle Tolentino. This guy does not need to dribble for him to be able to get hot in the ball game. That is the second three for Kyle Tolentino here in this game. This guy will continue to move towards that wide open shot.
Cyrus Baguio answers.
New school versus old school. Cyrus Baguio hindi magpapatalo. Gets another three-pointer right there.
50-47. Tatlo muli ang kalamangan ng South Cotabato. Oson on the right corner. Gives it up to Jervy Cruz. Gets it back. Shot clock winding down for South Cotabato. They're gonna have to do something about it. Cross court they go. Tolentino, quick trigger. Wala yan.
Better defense being played by Valenzuela right there. No other options.
Manliguez all the way. Floats it up. Wala. Rebound to Mike De Los Santos. Recycle here for the Classic. Armenion goes to Lepalam. Hit a three earlier in the first half. No good. Ooh, miscommunication between Dumapig and Jervy Cruz.
You like the aggressiveness. You like the activity. Kaso dalawa talaga yung kamay doon. And that's gonna be a sorry turnover for South Cotabato there.
Oh, Armenion fakes out Tolentino. Fade away jumper is pure para kay Armenion. He continues to marvel us with these crafty shots in the game. That's 9 points sa laro na to para kay Andre Armenion.
What a beauty. How smooth is that fadeaway coming from Andre.
10 seconds to go here. Cruz with a basketball. Tolentino puts the ball on the deck. Couple of dribbles. Pull up. Short. De Los Santos with the board. 1 second left. Not even enough time for a heave. Galing kay Mike De Los Santos. And we finish this third quarter with another exciting pace. Both South Cotabato and Valenzuela looking to run at every opportunity here. Let's take a look at the highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Mark Cruz, Nicole Sorella, Jammer Hamito, these guys have been helping each other for South Cotabato to be able to go back on the winning column. But Valenzuela with a quick answer to end the third quarter for them to be able to mount a comeback. 1 point lead para sa South Cotabato.
27 points combined for those three guys galing sa Warriors. 11 for Cruz, Sorella with 8, Hamito with 8 as well. Our third quarter score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Check out our fan of the game, brought to you by Jinky Skin, isa sa mga nagagandahang dilag sa loob ng Alonte Sports Arena, giving life to the city of life here in Binyan, Laguna. We welcome you to the first game of our Thursday triple header dito sa pang-anim na season ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. This is South Cotabato versus Valenzuela. Javi Palanya on the call, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio. Quarter scoring right there on your screen. South Cotabato using that strong second quarter to be able to hold this solitary point advantage heading into the final frame. Valenzuela outscoring them by 1 in that third quarter, 60-15. And we begin things here with Cruz, Dionisio, Abreco, Tolentino, and Dumapig on the side of the South Cotabato Warriors. Meanwhile, sa Valenzuela Classic, it's Lepalam, Orbeñon, Baguio, De Los Santos, and Daryl Manligues to begin the fourth quarter for Congressman Eric Martinez and Coach Aldrin Morante. There's a double foul against Chris Dumapig and Ladis Lepalam.
Physicality is getting higher here in the ball game. We are having a close one here. Let's watch that again. Chris Dumapig wanted the position. Hindi naman mapapatalo itong si Lepalam.
Remember, both of these teams on 2-game losing streaks. In this game, a must-win para sa kanila. Shot clock winding down there. Apreco had to put it up. Missing everything. Manligues leans in and scores.
The guards of Valenzuela have been making the biggest differences here in the second half. Manligues and Armeñon are leading the way.
Manligues finally in double figures with 10 points. Sharing scoring honors once again with Mark Montuano here. At sa kabilang panig naman, Ladis Lepalam, patuloy ang kanilang bakbakan dito ni Chris Dumapig. Siya matatawagan dito ng personal foul.
Chris Dumapig feels that he has that advantage against Lepalam. So automatically on the offense, he is trying to seal itong si Lepalam down low. Hindi lang siya nabibigyan the past few possessions. But here, there will be an adjustment. A little bit more muscle in Mike Machon.
Lepalam will sit down at 3 fouls. Machon back in the game. Dumapig delivers a pass to Kyle Tolentino. Baguio right there with him. Cruz assessing the defense. Cruz missing from the outside. Valenzuela pushing. Armeñon shovels a pass. Manligues to the trailing Mike Machon. Basket and 1 for Valenzuela.
One thing you can be sure of, Mike Machon will continue to run his lane. Either he gets the ball or not, but in that last play, his teammate finds him perfectly. Armeñon to Manligues to Machon. These three young guys have been playing terrific here in the ballgame.
And they are featured in our play of the game, brought to you by Suzuki. Mike Machon finishing the job on the trail para sa Valenzuela Classic. Machon could not complete the three-point play, but look at that, Manligues trying to fight it out with Felix Apreco for that board. Apreco matched up here against Mike De Los Santos. Tight spot there for Kyle Tolentino. Dumapig trying to seal Machon in the middle of the paint. Cruz gets it to Dionisio. Marwin has struggled all game long, and it continues here in the fourth quarter.
What active defense being played by Valenzuela. This is the third straight possession where they have forced South Cotabato to take the shot in the final 5 seconds of the shot clock. So the activity on point para dito sa Valenzuela.
Marvin Dionisio is 0 out of 4 in this game. Muling papasok sa laro na to si JP Calvo para sa koponan ng South Cotabato Warriors. 53-50. Valenzuela in the lead. Machon on top. Baguio wants it against Cruz. He has the mismatch here. Baguio goes up and is fouled by the Ant-Man. 2 free throws coming up for Cyrus Baguio.
We know that that is an advantage para dito kay Cyrus Baguio. He has been able to live off a career on that post game via that fadeaway. So Cyrus Baguio seeing the advantage and getting that ball. Now will get 2 free throws. Ito si Cyrus.
You know, many people think that Cyrus Baguio, because of his frame, his lean frame, madali lang maitulak. when he's trying to go for that post-up option. Pero ang tigas nito.
Oh yes, definitely. That's why he had a very long career in the PBA. Hindi lang naman PBA ang nilaro nito. He played for national team. And he played the whole time with that kind of body frame. So very underrated strength itong si Cyrus Baguio.
There's a foul against Valenzuela. Away from the basketball. Right in the backcourt against Daryl Manligues. That's number 3. Laban kay Daryl Manligues.
Slow fourth quarter, a lot of fouls. 6 fouls for both of the teams the first 2 minutes of the ball game. Very physical to start the fourth.
And that brings Congressman Eric Martinez to insert Paulo Hubalde back in the game. Hubalde, so far, not really much of an impact sa laro na to. Only 3 points, but he does have 7 rebounds and 7 assists. So not an impact offensively, but in terms of passing the rock and rebounding the basketball, he's right there in terms of numbers para sa Valenzuela Classic.
You can always be sure that Paulo Hubalde will produce in some way. And this guy has always been one of the top rebounders in that guard position.
He definitely has better height than most at that point guard position. Calvo swatted away there by Hubalde. Elorde bumps Hubalde out of the way. And there's a foul. Oh, Dumapig in De Los Santos. Almost getting into a scuffle there underneath the basket. Credit to our officials for getting in between right away.
South Cotabato does not need to be affected by emotions here. The physicality getting to the minds of the South Cotabato players na nanalo ang Valenzuela dito sa physical game na to.
However, nanalo ang South Cotabato doon sa labanan ni Dumapig at De Los Santos dahil si Mike ang natawagan ng personal foul.
That will put Valenzuela 1 foul away from the penalty. So South Cotabato needs to be able to be more aggressive in their offense.
Sorella inside the arc, short. Sorella was one of the leading scorers in the first half for South Cotabato but has been unable to score here in the second half. Look at Cyrus Baguio up and under, just too strong. Whew. 2 defenders in the air. Could have been another highlight out of the thousands we've seen throughout his entire career. Cyrus Baguio continuing to dazzle the crowd.
You know, if there was a camera on the faces of me and Javi, talagang hindi nyo po maipipinta yung bilib namin dun sa galaw na yon ni Cyrus Baguio. It's like going back to our youth, watching Cyrus Baguio make these highlights.
Armin Yondo could not hit from near the elbow there. JP Calvo gives it up. Elorde, free throw line jumper is money. Oh, Jammer Hamito and Machon getting to blows here.
Again, the emotions are getting into the players here. I don't know who started that blow, but there were definitely swings coming from both of these players in Hamito and Machon.
Boy, intense action from these 2 players. Well, earlier it was Ladis Lipalam and Chris Dumapig getting into it. Right now here at the point of the fourth quarter, Machon and Jammer Hamito as they try to jostle for position near the basket.
We were talking about the start of the ball game, how important this ball game is for South Cotabato. They want to be able to enter that home court advantage, top 4. So they are 1 game behind number 4 Batangas. Para naman dito sa Valenzuela, they are number 9, trying to knock on that playoff door. So this is a very important game for both squads.
This game is one of the last 8 games para sa parehong koponan. So they are now in the home stretch of the regular season. Valenzuela Classic in danger of missing the postseason. Currently number 9 right now behind the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu in the Northern Division. Caloocan is 10-7 while Valenzuela is 10-10. On the other side, South Cotabato is 13-7, number 5 in the Southern Division behind the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters at 14-7. Our referees have made the review on that last sequence. Crew Chief Alan Manzano now approaching Richard Tampos for the final verdict. Let's listen in.
It's a disqualifying foul on number 1, Jomer Hamito. Disqualifying foul on number 15, Mike Machon, both for fighting. Jomer Hamito and Mike Machon are out of the playing court.
And there you go. You've heard Richard Campos. Both Mike Mashon and Jammer Hamito are disqualified from the game because of that last sequence. Tingnan natin ang nangyari. And there you see the first blow galing kay Jammer Hamito, and then Mashon comes back. Nakarami dun si Jammer Hamito.
Oh
Actually.
yes. Started with that box out. Tumama yung wrist nitong ni Jammer towards the back part of the head of Mike Mashon. Bumawi naman itong si Mike Mashon. You know, this is gonna hurt Valenzuela more here in this ball game. Mike Mashon has been able to match up with the physicality of the bigs nitong South Cotabato. Putting in Ladis Lipalam would be taller but a little bit less physical. So this will hurt Valenzuela towards the last 7 minutes of the ball game.
And of course, he's also been able to give rest to Mark Mantuano on the bench.
Yes.
Mantuano has been the primary big man at the 4 spot here in this game para sa Valenzuela Classic.
Now for South Cotabato, I don't know if there will be suspensions, but they are going up against Pampanga in their next game, and they have a very loaded front line. So si Jammer Hamito will be very important in that next game. So I don't know what will be the implications are from that call.
That's definitely a big blow para sa kanila. Definitely a suspension for Jammer Hamito and Mike Mashon in their next games. Automatic yan. Pagka na-eject ka sa ball game, there will be a suspension in the next game. So, but because of the incident, I'm not sure if it's just going to be one game. Definitely at least a one-game suspension for both of those players. Baguio putting up a shot and missing. JP Calvo is fouled. And referee Michael Quina and crew chief Alan Manzano both signaling an unsportsmanlike foul. No play on the basketball by Cyrus Baguio as he held JP Calvo down. And he was gaining the advantage ahead of the PBA legend.
That's gonna be the problem. If you are just too quick, wala ka nang magagawa kay JP Calvo. So Cyrus really wanted to stop that opportunity. But JP Calvo too quick. The only thing you can do is pull him down. But that will mean 2 free throws and ball possession para sa South Cotabato.
Kaya lang mintis sa unang free throw ito si JP Calvo. Another free throw here lined up para sa kanya. Still a chance to get back the advantage here for South Cotabato. Calvo makes the second free throw. Down by just one, 54-53. Almost 4 minutes gone by here in quarter number 4. The action, the physicality has indeed intensified here in the penultimate frame. Calvo to the left side. Cruz spots for 3. Swishes it through. Jerby Cruz from the outside.
A rare 3 coming from the bigs of South Cotabato. Jerby Cruz had that space when he was able to take it.
Now nearing their average of 10 3-pointers in the game. That's 3-pointer number 9 for South Cotabato. But the quick answer on the other side by Mike De Los Santos.
Beautiful find coming from Andre Armenion. There was enough space and a wide open cut coming from De Los Santos.
To break the tie, Nico Elorde couldn't get it from downtown, but Nicole Sorella, nobody boxing him out there, tips it. That was 2 points right back in.
Quiet 10 points para dito kay Nicole Sorella. Has been doing his job terrifically without really showing impact, but 10 points is very heavy para dito kay Nicole.
That's his first basket in the second half. Talking about Nicole Sorella, Montuano drop step. Oh, gets the personal against Sorella. Oh, that left side by Mark Montuano has been producing great opportunities for him in this game. Earlier, he was able to hit a difficult left-handed jumper of intense defense early in the first half. And now, Coach Elvis Tolentino will be challenging that last foul call on Nicole Sorella. First challenge of the game. Galing dito kay Coach Elvis Tolentino. They're up by 2, 58-56. We'll take a short break.
Challenge made by South Cotabato is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge para kay Coach Elvis Tolentino and the South Cotabato Warriors. So Mark Montuano will be taking those 2 free throws right now. Take a look at that last play. Shovel pass galing kay Andre Armenion. And then the post move. The drop step coming from Mark Montuano in drawing that foul against Nicole Sorella. Montuano currently sharing scoring honors with Daryl Manliguez in this game for the Valenzuela Classic. Both have 10 points. Montuano with 5 rebounds as well. But he misses on the first free throw. Mark Montuano, current mid-season addition para sa Valenzuela Classic. You just saw Micah Osita, the newest acquisition for the Valenzuela Classic. That free throw was brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Osita lined up for his first game of the season here for the Valenzuela Classic, but hasn't seen action yet in this game. It was actually traded for Orin Katakutan during the trade window midway through our campaign. That's Sorella scoring once again for South Cotabato, extending the lead to 4 here for the Warriors, 60-56.
Quiet game but very effective para dito kay Nicole Sorella. He's been playing terrific defense. He's been getting a lot of rebounds and been doing the scoring load.
Calvo out to Tolentino. Valenzuela couldn't score on their last possession. Elorde will try to take as much time as they can here. Screen by Cruz. Montuano switches on him. Elorde trying to make a difficult pass outside. Hubalde forward to Armenion. Back to Paulo. Hubalde off the glass. No good. Rebound once again to Nicole Sorella. Under 5 minutes to play here in this game. Calvo gets the step on Armenion, floats it up and gets the bounce. What a make there by JP Calvo. 9 points in the game. He's been doing a little bit of everything for the Warriors sa laro na to. 4 rebounds and 5 assists as well.
Even could have been a foul para dito kay JP Calvo, that there was a hit coming from Mark Montuano.
62-56. De Los Santos one-on-one on the block against Sorella. De Los Santos able to put it in.
Such a beautiful spin galing dito kay De Los Santos. No help side. That is an easy shot for De Los Santos and a very big shot for Valenzuela to cut into the lead.
Only the second basket of the game para sa kanya, but he does have 9 rebounds. Elorde, eye to eye against Paulo Hubalde. It's a screen up top on the side. And there's a foul against Valenzuela. Both teams already in the penalty. In fact, Valenzuela has been over the limit early here in the 4th quarter. This was the magnificent shot by JP Calvo, getting the hit and still making the basket, scooping with the right.
Just the right English para dito kay JP Calvo. Been playing terrific here in the ball game.
Elorde at the line for 2 shots. Nico Elorde has turned in quality minutes sa laro na to for the South Cotabato Warriors. 6 points, 5 rebounds for Nico Elorde. 63-58, 3 minutes and 49 here. Still anybody's ball game. Elorde perfect on his first trip to the line. Daryl Manliguez has come back here for Valenzuela. How will this game end? De Los Santos this time on the other side. Lock up from the corner, knocks it down. Big shot once again for Valenzuela.
Very big shot para dito kay Brian Lacap. That will cut the lead into a 1-possession ball game. And what we thought South Cotabato was gonna chip away, Lacap turns with a 3.
Only the 5th 3-pointer of the match for the Valenzuela Classic. Half-court set here for the Warriors. Tolentino from beyond the arc. Wala yan. Montuano able to get the board. Hubalde into their front court. Manliguez asking for it against Elorde, but it's De Los Santos who gets the rock. De Los Santos will initiate once again. Gets stripped. Montuano couldn't pick it up.
Better defense played by Micol Sorella. He knows that he is strong going to the left, closes down, forces a turnover.
One possession ball game, 64-61. Calvo gets the screen from Cruz. Hesitation against Montuano. Calvo, kick out, Elorde. That was blocked there by Manligues. And that will go the other side to Valenzuela.
Oh, they're saying there's a tap there.
Well, there definitely was a block by Manligues which forced itong si Nico Elorde to have his shot short. As we take a look at the lead changes and deadlocks in the game, 18 lead changes and 5 deadlocks. It has been a very tight game indeed. Lepalam gets it underneath, trying to dump it down to Montuano. That's going to stay with the classic.
South Cotabato has already used their challenge, so 2 straight times the players wanted a challenge, but no more challenge para dito kay Coach Elvis.
Hobalde, corner pocket 3, that's money para kay Paolo Hobalde, and we're all tied up at 64.
Not even sweating on that 3, no pressure. The veteran steps up in the late game.
And we now enter the twilight zone. The last 2 minutes of the game brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX, a miss from the outside. And then the offensive rebound collected here by South Cotabato. The bigs working hard underneath. This time it's Kyle Tolentino. But take a look at the game-tying 3 there by Paolo Hobalde to tie things up at 64.
Sometimes a simple screen makes the biggest difference. Screen set. Paolo Hobalde wide open to tie the ball game.
That was only Hobalde's second basket of the game. His first basket was also a 3-point shot. 6 points in the game for the Aquaman. Tolentino making his first free throw. And there you see Coach Elvis Tolentino and Coach Boying Diloy. Tolentino perfect at the free throw line. 8 points in the game after his struggles in the first half. Tolentino has gone on to score all 8 of his points here in the second half.
Crucial offensive rebound galing dito kay Kyle Tolentino to get this lead up to 2, but they have to be able to make a stop here in this possession.
Hobalde with the rock. Lepalam with the brush screen. Hobalde from the outside. A rebound to Mark Montuano. He loses possession.
Well, they can review this. We are under 2 minutes here in the ball game.
Oh, the initial call by crew chief Alan Manzano was same ball to Valenzuela. Let's see what they come up with after they review. Our referees now approaching the replay table. 1 minute and 32 remaining in this game. That was the miss. Tingnan natin ang nangyari dito. Montuano gets the offensive rebound, but there was a tap by Jervy Cruz.
Oh, there you go.
And then it went back to Montuano, tapos natapik muli ni Jervy Cruz. So clear from that replay that it will stay with Valenzuela.
3 quick ball taps. Could have gone either way. But an opportunity para dito sa Valenzuela.
Baseline throw in here, courtesy of Daryl Manligues. Oh, Manligues turns it off the back, but could not finish on the reverse. He tried to be clever. Everything but the shot there for Daryl Manligues.
Very quick on the defensive end. Itong South Cotabato, if they were not able to locate it right away and recognize that move, that could have been an easy 2 para dito kay Daryl.
Ball in the hands of JP Calvo. Manligues sticking to him. Calvo still has it, having trouble. Montuano tries to double. JP Calvo, what a big shot to beat the buzzer.
What a tough fadeaway for JP Calvo. That was well defended for 23.5 seconds. You know, if you're a coach, you would take that shot, but the skill of JP is just too much. Let's see if it will reach the time. Oh,
that's close. That's really
close.
Our referees will be reviewing if that shot will indeed count para kay JP Calvo. But what a magnificent make once again coming from the former Teta Firma guard. That's the second difficult shot JP Calvo has made in the game. There's a timeout here on the floor. We'll be taking a short break. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus. Do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. We welcome you once again to the Alonte Sports Arena here in Binyan, Laguna, the city of life, witnessing great signs of life dito sa ating laro between the South Cotabato Warriors and the Valenzuela Classic. That shot by JP Calvo will indeed count. So South Cotabato with a 2-possession lead here, 68-64, under a minute to play. Manligues out to Lakap. Three-pointer is good. Galing kay Brian Lakap.
Clutch Lakap. He has been huge in the fourth quarter. Started with a 3 on the left side. Now doing the same on the right, cutting this lead to 1.
Only second basket of the game. Another 3-point shot. Galing kay Carl Brian Lakap. 68-67. Calvo behind the back. Floater in the lane. He babied that. That was way short. Cruz and Manligues. Sorry, that was Lakap trying to get that basketball on the baseline.
You have to give credit to Jervy Cruz on that last play. Never gave up. He saw that there was going to be an air ball. Tried to keep the ball alive. And I think that ball will go the side of South Cotabato.
Remember, both of these teams in must-win situations. South Cotabato to try and get into the top 4 of the Southern Division. And there you see it. Ooh, looks like it was last touch on Lakap. Parang malinaw naman doon sa ating replay.
And this is an opportunity para kay Coach Elvis to actually get a play in. It's like a free timeout para dito kay Coach Elvis. And we know this guy, one of the best after timeout coaches. So tignan natin kung paano i-execute ng kanyang mga players dito in the last 30.8 seconds with 4 on the shot clock.
You just saw a glimpse of the Pasay Voyagers, who will be seeing action right after this game between South Cotabato and Valenzuela. They will be going up against the San Juan Knights, unbeaten in 8 games, while Pasay on a 6-game winning streak. Baseline inbound here for the Warriors. Elorde triggers into Cruz. Jervy from the outside. That is money para kay Jervy Cruz.
I like the play. They made it look like Jervy Cruz was gonna cut through the middle and dive. But Jervy Cruz went to that left side and got a wide open 3. Kakasabi lang natin, one of the best after timeout coaches in Coach Elvis, and he produces a terrific play.
We'll take a short break. Timeout here for the Valenzuela Classic. 28.3 seconds remaining. Jervy Cruz just hit a big-time 3-point shot on South Cotabato's last possession to put more cushion on the lead here for the Warriors, making it a 4-point game against the Valenzuela Classic, 71-67. Let's see what Coach Aldrin Morante and Congressman Eric Martinez came up here with. 2 timeouts para South Cotabato, isa na lang para sa Valenzuela. Sumido from the corner, short. Montuano couldn't get to it. And Cal Tolentino securing possession there for the Warriors. Foul given up by Paulo Hobalde.
It's actually a good play by Valenzuela. Sumido was wide open on that corner 3. Cannot ask for more. Actually, the coaches were happy with the execution. Just could not get that wide open shot.
Now Cal Tolentino will be tested from the free throw line. Try and ice this game for the South Cotabato Warriors. Tolentino is perfect so far in this game from the free throw line. 2 out of 2. 3 out of 3 now. Tolentino resurrecting here in the second half after a terrible first 2 quarters in this game. He was 0 out of 4 and came on to score all of his 9 points here in the third and fourth quarters.
We were looking for that wing that will step up para dito sa South Cotabato. Joson, Tolentino, Dionisio all struggled, but Tolentino in the second half stepping up big time from 0 to 10. Kyle is able to produce para dito sa South Cotabato.
Could this game be finally in the bag here for the South Cotabato Warriors? The lead is 73 to 67. Valenzuela calling their final timeout here, Juanito. If you're Congressman Eric Martinez and Coach Aldrin Morante, are you going for the three-point shot?
Oh yes, definitely. You have to be able to cut this to a one-possession ball game. You have two good shooters in Sumido and Lakap. So two options. You just have to be able to locate the best one possible. But you have to be able to make a three at this point with only 18.8 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Valenzuela was only 2 out of 8 from the outside in the first half, but they have proceeded to score 5 more three-point shots here in the second half, and those were crucial three-point shots here at the tail end of the fourth quarter to be able to get to within striking distance here against the South Cotabato Warriors. Manligues, Hubalde, Lakap, Sumido, and Andre Armeñon, all guards on the floor here for the Valenzuela Classic. Crucial possession here, 18.8 seconds.
All are deadly from the three, so South Cotabato has to stay active on the outside.
Hubalde decides to go in, kicks it out. Lakap wide open, bullseye para kay Brian Lakap.
This fourth quarter has been huge para dito kay Brian Lakap. 9 points, all coming from the outside, all coming from the last 3 minutes of the ball game. He has been clutch, but is it enough for Valenzuela to make one good last stop and be able to mount a comeback?
Oh, what a delivery coming from Paulo Hubalde, making his 8th assist of the game to Valenzuela's Brian Lakap, the biggest shot so far of the game for the Classic. And just like Kyle Tolentino, Brian Lakap also was able to resurrect here in the second half. Let's listen in here to Coach Elvis Tolentino. We weren't able to hear much on that huddle of the South Cotabato Warriors. They are in the lead here, 73 to 70 with 11 seconds remaining. For Valenzuela here, expect them to make a quick foul. They do not want to have a lot of time burned out of that game clock here. They want to make a foul as quick as possible.
No more timeouts para dito sa Valenzuela. So when they force a stop or coming off the free throw, they have to be able to run it right away.
Elorde triggers into Jervy Cruz. That's a quick foul on J.R. Sumido.
It's a little too tough, a little too rough on the foul by J.R. Sumido, but nothing intentional and non-basketball-like on the foul there. Oh, but there will be a review.
J.R. Sumido is saying that there was a kick by Jervy Cruz after he made the personal foul. Crew Chief Alan Manzano and the rest of our officiating crew will be reviewing that last play. Umpire 1 Michael Kinay and Umpire 2 Jason Mabandos, part of our referees for this ball game. What a curtain raiser for today, Juanito. These two teams really proving to give us a great fight.
Oh yes, we are on the first of 3 games, 3 exciting ball games dito sa MPBL. And you know, this venue, we've seen crazy stuff happen from the Alonte Sports Arena, so we can never count out Valenzuela here in this ball game.
The second time this week that we are coming to you live from this venue right after this San Juan. We'll be facing Pasay. A winning streak will be snapped in that game. San Juan on an 8-game streak, while Pasay has won 6 straight. Right after that, it's Bacolod looking for their first victory in so many games against the Binyanta Takjel. There you see Congressman Eric Martinez, his team on a lifeline right here. That's going to be big if they're going to call this an offensive foul against Jervy Cruz, or maybe even second motion. Now, there was the kick na sinasabi nila.
It was after the motion already, so wala nang tao sa harap ni Jervy Cruz.
Interesting to see how they're gonna call this one. There you see Jervy Cruz.
Now, crucial in the second half, Jervy Cruz has been able to resurrect his scoring, only averaging 5.6 points a ball game, but here scoring 10 and a very crucial buckets galing dito kay Jervy.
8 of his 10 points coming here in the second half. None bigger than that outside shot that he made 2 seconds on the shot clock from that left wing right after the timeout to give South Cotabato some more cushion. That was before Brian Lakap was able to hit it from the outside. 10.3 seconds ang natitira dito sa ating laro. Referee Michael Kinay approaching Congressman Eric Martinez on that Valenzuela sideline to explain the call. Crew Chief Alan Manzano now with Richard Tampos.
Foul on number 17, J.R. Sumido. Penalty is third. Technical foul of South Cotabato. Number 20, Jervy Cruz for second motion.
Oh, there was second motion galing dito kay Jervy Cruz.
So the foul will still be meted on J.R. Sumido. So it will still be 2 free throws para kay Jervy Cruz. Kaya lang may technical foul na itinawag laban sa kanya for second motion. Yun na nga sinabi ni Juanito. So it's gonna be a technical free throw para dito sa Valenzuela Classic. Very important that they make this one. And they're gonna give it to the hottest hand so far, Brian Lakap.
And this makes the free throw of Jervy Cruz much more important. Patignan muna natin kung masushoot ni Brian Lakap.
Lakap calmly sinks that free throw.
All 10 points of Brian Lakap coming from the last 3 minutes of the ball game. Jervy Cruz has to make both for this to be a 2-possession ball game.
Jervy Cruz so far perfect at the line in this game. South Cotabato as a team is 17 out of 20 from the free throw line sa laro na to. Cruz makes the first free throw. Puts the lead back up to 3. 74 to 71. Again, Valenzuela, wala na silang timeout dito.
Now, an option for South Cotabato right here. If they miss, they can actually foul and force this to a free throw ball game.
Jervy Cruz makes both free throws. 2-possession match here between these two squads. 75 to 71. Manligues pushed off Elorde, but no whistle was blown. Armeñon met by JP Calvo. Hubalde has to make this. Hubalde was fouled on the 3-point shot.
Oh, that is a clear foul on Micol Chorella. Overextension, over closeout. Galing kay Micol. No need for him.
Could not believe it. Takes off his mask in disbelief. Hubalde is still on the floor. Take a look at what happened here. Armeñon makes the pass to the right wing. Hubalde.
Oh, yes.
Definitely a hit there by Sorella. As he came down, Sorella committed the foul.
And they're lucky that was a miss. It reminds me of the France versus Japan foul. It has that kind of a feel, but ang pinagkaiba nito, it's gonna be a miss coming from Paulo Hubalde. But whatever happens, if Pau actually makes 3 and then they foul, this is a 1-possession ball game. Puts a glimmer of hope para dito sa Valenzuela.
South Cotabato still has 1 timeout to call here. Hubalde, 3 free throws on the way para sa kanya. There you see the numbers from the line for both teams in this game. 5 out of 12 for Valenzuela. Make that 6 out of 13 now. 19 out of 22 para sa South Cotabato. Hubalde with 7 points to go along with his 7 rebounds and 8 assists. 2 out of 5 from downtown in this game. All of his field goals have come from the outside. Talking about the Yakoman, Paulo Hubalde. Second free throw.
Oh, just
is
a little
also
late.
good.
Just a little late on the substitution, but an option could have been a miss on the third free throw, pero hindi aabot si Montuano at si Lepalam on that substitution.
So Congressman Eric Martinez telling Valenzuela to foul, make or miss. Let's see what Hubalde will do with this one. Hubalde decides to make it. 4 seconds left. 75 to 74. Coach Elvis Tolentino will call his final timeout of the game.
He's not going to take any more chances. Itong si Coach Elvis, that full court is just too dangerous. So he's going to go and cut it to the 14-second mark.
Both of these teams on 2-game losing streaks. South Cotabato coming off a heartbreaking loss against Pangasinan. Let's listen in to Coach Elvis.
Pagka nakita mo nandito yung tao mo, medyo tulak mo, pakita mo dito. Pag nahihirapan sila dito, pwede mo naman tumakal. Pero mag-Jerby, pagka nandito yung tao, pwede mo naman sa lubungin.
Pare, alerto tayo. Baka pag naano, agaw, takbo tayo lahat sa ano, takbo tayo sa back.
Ingat lang tayo sa ano, pagka ano, pag
Safety, ha? Pare, safety tayo. Takbuhin natin, pare, atin yan. Hey, white.
All right, that was the huddle of South Cotabato Warriors head coach Elvis Tolentino sa kanyang koponan. 4 seconds remaining in this game. And just a few days ago, the Warriors experienced the heartbreak of a loss against the Pangasinan Heatwaves, as I just mentioned, on a shot by JP Magoliano, miraculous shot galing sa kanya after that block by Chris Dumapig. Will they finally bag this victory here against Valenzuela? All they need is to inbound safely and make sure they keep the basketball. Elorde inbounds, quick foul there by Lakap. 0.8 of a second off of that game clock. 2 more free throws coming up para kay Jervy Cruz. That's gonna be it para kay Carl Lakap.
Well, that's going to be huge because he has been red hot in the fourth quarter. So he could have been an option to take the 3 in the last 3.2.
Oh, but there's a development here. Looks like Congressman Eric Martinez will be challenging. But could you still challenge kung wala na kayong timeout?
Oh, that is actually very interesting. That's right.
Well, we'll see here. Di pa naman naka-on ng yellow light sa harap ni Richard Tampos, but our referees are taking a look. Maybe they're checking what the appropriate time is. All right, referee Michael Kinay now approaching the scorer's table. So, confirmed, hindi na nga pwede mag-challenge itong Valenzuela dahil wala na silang timeout. So, they're just verifying kung ilang oras dapat maibalik o maibawas sa ating game clock. And Jervy Cruz once again will be tested at the charity stripe. Official time, 3.6 seconds sa laro na to. So they added 0.4 of a second to our game clock.
We are in a 1-possession ball game and 3.6 is a lot of time. Valenzuela still has high hopes here in this ball game.
Whatever happens here, definitely still a big chance for Valenzuela to either tie or win the game. But everything counts on how the second free throw will go.
No more timeouts for Valenzuela. So they have to be able to run the court here.
Cruz misses. Hubalde with a rebound. 2 seconds left. Hubalde, half court. Manligas takes it. Oh, naubusan sila ng oras doon. Hubalde was going for the heave near half court but decided at the very last moment, because he was clamped down by the defense, to give it up to Manligas. Naubusan sila ng oras doon.
Oh yes. That was actually an opportunity. They had 3.6, enough time for them to be able to run it down. Let's watch that again. Jervy with the miss, he already knew. 1, 2, from that first dribble, that was good recognition by Jervy Cruz to challenge on the 3. No more time left on that pass to Darrell Manliguez. You have to commend Jervy Cruz. That is veteran presence and IQ to be able to challenge. And South Cotabato will be ending their 2-game losing streak with a win against Valenzuela. But that was a tight matchup, a beautiful ball game played by both squads.
A blockbuster matchup between the two squads. But our pick for best player of the game brought to you by Daily Fantasy. Dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Hinawakan talaga ni JP Calvo ang laro dito para sa South Cotabato Warriors. Juanito, he was superb here in only his second game of the season.
You know, I can't even believe that he's only playing the second game of the season para sa South Cotabato, but he already is manning up that offense. JP Calvo stepping up big time, especially in the fourth quarter.
What a game that was. It ends in a 76-74 win for the South Cotabato Warriors. Valenzuela losing their third straight here. Our final score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Our best player of the game is at courtside with Megan Cabrera.
Maraming salamat, Javi. Once again, our Daily Fantasy best player of the game, JP Calvo. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Pero meron kang isang shot, very clutch yung shot na yon. It made the difference for your team dun sa dying minutes ng laro. Ano ang tumatakbo sa isip mo nung pinakawalan mo yung shot na yon?
Siguro, gusto ko kasi manalo eh. So, whatever happens sa tira ko na yun, talagang sabi ko, papasok to. Kaya siguro, praise God dahil binigay sa amin.
And alam naman natin, napaka-tight ng laro. Emotions ran high. Ilang beses nagkainitan ng daming review. Pero ano masasabi mo sa composure ng team nyo para makuha yung panalo na to, another close game?
Syempre, ganun talaga eh. Part of the game yan eh. Kailangan lang namin na maging buo sa loob kasi syempre wala namang ibang tutulong kundi kami lang.
Kung meron kang mga gustong batiin at i-shoutout, ito na yung pagkakataon mo.
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako sa family ko, wife ko, baby ko, nandito sa suporta. Lahat sa and thank you sa mga sponsors namin, RCS Sportswear, Jinky Skin and Kohesa. Thank you kay Mayora Lorely Pacquiao, ABC Press Councilor Bobby Pacquiao, Ruel Pacquiao and Gov Tamayo, Senator Manny Pacquiao, and Madam Jinky Pacquiao. Sa lahat ng mga taga-Jensan at sa lahat ng mga taga-South Cotabato, maraming salamat po sa suporta nyo. And sa lahat ng MPBL fans, thank you po. And sa mga taga-Silay, mga kababayan ko, thank you sa suporta. Sa family ko pala, sa Silay and family ng wife ko sa Bulacan. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations once again to you and your team. Our best player of the game is brought to you by Daily Fantasy. Dahil sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Javi and Coach Juanito.
Maraming salamat, Megan. That was JP Calvo, our best player of the game para sa South Cotabato Warriors. Up next, we have the Sunman Knights going up against the Pasay Voyagers. Both teams on winning streaks. Which streak will end? That is the question we will have the answer to right after 40 minutes. So keep it locked in here on the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.